It's October 18, 2018, a Sunday so ordinary, it could easily be forgotten. In fact, unless it was your birthday, raise your hand if you remember what you were doing on October 14, 2018. Exactly. But yet, it's actually a day I'll always remember, for that is the day that I bought a new journal. You see, journals were the most reliable record I have of me. But yet on this extraordinarily ordinary Sunday, I had accomplished nothing. And the type A personality that I had would not let me rest unless I checked at least one thing off, or something off this to-do list. And so as dusk gave way to night, I found myself running through the doors of Barnes & Noble just as they were greeting me with, "It is 7:55, and Barnes & Noble will be closing in 5 minutes." Inhaling my favorite smell of books, I rushed over there, and with my index finger and eyes were scanning the shelves, and it lands upon this blue-greenish cover with a burst of yellow at the bottom. But it wasn't the colors that got my attention. It was actually the promise. For you see, the cover said, "Today is going to be ridiculously amazing." Now, intrigued, interrupted by the overhead again, "Thank you for shopping at Barnes & Noble. The time is now 8 o'clock, and the store is closed. If you're really gonna buy something, make your way to the counter right now. Otherwise, get out." Back home with my accomplishment in hand and one check off my to-do list, I'm standing at the elevator just as another overhead message comes through, and this time it's, "Check the mail." Now, this is as illogical as it is compelling, because I knew that whatever was in the mail on this ordinary Sunday was at least there the day before. But as unrelenting as flies to overripe fruit, the message kept coming through. So I get to the mail, and I'm going through inconsequential advertising, coupons, credit card offers, and my finger stops on this unassuming white envelope. It's from the Bureau of Vital Records. My heart skips a beat, because I knew that I could be holding answers to the questions I'd had my entire life. You see, because 8 months earlier, I put a $15 money order and a desperate prayer in the mail requesting my original birth certificate. Only made possible because for the first time in 101 years, Missouri adoption laws allowed adoptees to request their birth certificates without a court order. But I was still prepared for disappointment, because I knew that birth parents could deny their identity being revealed. And good thing I had, because as soon as I open the envelope, I see a receipt and big red words stamped on it. And thankfully, the words weren't denied. Instead, they read, "For genealogical purposes only, not to be used to establish identity." I unfold the rest of the paper and realize that for the first time, I am staring at the official record of my existence. And as I read the name of the woman who had given me life out loud for the first time, I burst into tears. I started to weep like the baby whose pictures I had never seen. You see, with tears rolling down decades of unanswered questions over a sense of belonging that no longer eluded me, because I was holding the family tree that it bore the fruit called me. October 14th, 2018, Yanshi Louise Adams is the first entry in the journal that, unbeknownst to me, was actually a prophecy. It would take me on a journey that I didn't know I was ready to embark upon, as I uncovered the reality of me, asking questions like, what happened to my left index finger? You see, if you're willing to follow your intuition, even if it seems illogical, ordinary days also can become ridiculously amazing for you. If you want to know how the rest of this ridiculously amazing adventure unfolds, I look forward to connecting. Thank you.